Bet you didn't know Bulliver made radios. Damn cheap ass batteries. Alright y'all, today we're going to make some Bienville, Oysters Bienville. I've never made them, so we'll learn along together. But they are absolutely delicious. Typically you order them in a nice restaurant, you get them served on the half shell. People that don't even like oysters will eat them up. And so we don't have any real nice restaurants around here. I decided to try and make my own. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a cup of real, or actually a half cup of real fine chopped white mushrooms. You're going to need a half cup of real finely chopped onion. You're going to need some minced parsley. Now this is 2 tablespoons of minced parsley. That happens to be Italian parsley. I couldn't find curly parsley. This is 4 green onions, minced up, sliced up real fine. 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to need salt and pepper. Salt and pepper to taste. This is kosher salt, and this is just fresh ground pepper. You're also going to need 6 tablespoons of butter. Now a lot of recipes call for unsalted butter. I like salted butter. So that's what we're going to be using there. We're going to have a 1/4 cup of, I'm using whipping cream, just a heavy cream. We're going to have 4 yolks from these cackleberries here. We're going to have 6 tablespoons of flour. Now most recipes for a dozen would call for 2 pounds of shrimp chopped up. I've got chopped shrimp here, but it's only about 1 pound because I got a lot of nice lump crab meat that I decided to throw in there with it. Different restaurants have different recipes for this, and this is just kind of a combination. We're going to need some breadcrumbs just to lightly sprinkle on the top once we get to that point. A dozen oysters, large or small, doesn't matter. These are rather large. If they're small, you can put 2 in each shell. This is a reserved liquid. And we're going to need some about 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Use a bottle if you got it. But we're going to combine all this and make a thick sauce and place it on these oysters in a half shell and bake them. So let's go to the stove and get started. Alright y'all, I have been sauteing the onions and the garlic in the 6 tablespoons of butter. Now I'm going to add my flour. I'm using this strainer because I don't like chasing clumps, and I'm thinking this will help. And we'll get it all incorporated in there and get it to where it's starting to take on a little bit of color. You know, it's like a roux or a bechamel, or not really a bechamel because it's got stuff in it, but you understand what I'm talking about. And we're going to cook it till the flour, you know, is mostly cooked. Then we'll start adding the other ingredients. Alright y'all, now we're going to put in our mushrooms. I wish we had smell-o-vision. And these onions and the garlic smells great. We're going to saute this. Put a little salt and pepper to taste. Now some recipes call for cayenne. The ones I've had never had cayenne in it. A little bit of salt. We're going to salt and pepper it a little more a little bit later on, but it's just to taste. So I'm going to saute this down till my mushrooms are pretty much. Now we're going to add our chopped up shrimp. And incorporate that into this mushroom, garlic, onion mix. And we're going to do this till the shrimp is done, you know, till it turns pink. Might as well go ahead and throw my green onions in there too while I'm at it. And I forgot to mention, I decided to put some Parmesan cheese in here. We're also going to sprinkle some on the top of the oysters once we get them in the shell. So that's 2 tablespoons. And we'll just saute this around till the shrimp are done, and we'll continue making this. Alright y'all, you can see that the shrimp have turned pink. I'm going to go ahead and add the oyster juice from those oysters. Mix it around. Now I've taken my eggs and my cream and I mixed them together because I didn't want to go through this process of tempering the eggs. I just wanted to skip that, and hopefully this will work without coming up with scrambled eggs. Just incorporate all that real good. I'm going to add my lemon juice. Some recipes call for white wine. I didn't have any. And I've even seen recipes call for the wormwood, that absinthe or whatever they call that stuff. At this point, we want to start watching this real careful. I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm afraid that eggs, I've come too far to mess up. I don't want it to curdle on me. I'm going to add our parsley. Get it incorporated in there. And we're going to go ahead and dump in this gorgeous crab meat. I don't want to break it all up, so I'm just going to kind of fold it in. I'm taking it off the fire. Again, I don't want to make an omelet here. Let's see if I forgot anything. I think I've emptied everything over there. Now this is the mixture that we're going to put in on top of our oysters. I'm going to taste it. Man, that's good. A little more pepper. Okay, I'm going to get all this mixed in. Then we'll go over here to the table. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. We're going to ladle this on top of the oysters. Be right back. Alright, y'all. The only way we can get oysters up here where I live is by the sack. I didn't feel like shucking a sack of oysters. This little device here is called the oyster bed. I'll put a link down below in case you're interested. They come in a 1 dozen and a half dozen. Lifetime guarantee. And all the juices and the good liquid going to flow out into here for dipping and whatnot. I'm going to do 1 or 2 of these and let you see what it looks like. Then we're going to pop them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes at 400 degrees. And then maybe underneath the broiler for 2 to 3 minutes. But we're going to put about 2 tablespoons in each one of these. Okay. I've got some you can see there that's just got shrimp in it. I'm actually the only one that eats oysters here. By the way, I pre-sprayed this with Pam, this platter. Neat little device. I'll show you how to do a couple of these. Or actually we're learning together because I've never done this. Now I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of seasoned breadcrumbs on each one. And what the hell? A little more Parmesan. Okay, we're going to pop these in the oven and we'll take a look at them when they come back out. It's 400 degrees, 10 to 12 minutes, and then maybe under the broiler for 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, there they are, y'all. And you serve it up with some crusty French bread for dipping, okay? I just put the lemon there to make it pretty. And don't really know how to go about eating one of these, but let's give it a shot here. I'm not going to try and cut that whole thing into my mouth. Let me cut it in half. That's what it looks like. If you don't like oysters, leave them out. This filling is delicious. Mmm. That's hot. I should have let it cool down a little bit longer. Anyway, that's my rendition of Oysters Bienville. If you like oysters, you'll love this. And as always, appreciate you watching. Catch you later.